Hey guys, welcome to my channel Hammond's Hobbies. My name's Glenn and today I thought we'd talk about when's the next set of F1 coming out from Topps. So we've just had Chrome and obviously before that Flagship, but it's been quiet ever since. So what's next for F1? Let's have a little chat. So before we get into today's main topic, I just want to say, like I always do, thank you to everyone that's been smashing up the like button. Really do appreciate it. And to any new subscribers, welcome to the Hammond's Hobbies channel. Obviously, I want to try and help spread the F1 collectible card word in the UK especially, and to everywhere else in the world. As well as that, obviously, I like to talk a bit about Pokemon. So if you like either of those topics, smash the like button, click subscribe. That's my spiel over and done with, record time. So today I wanted to discuss a bit about the next set that's due to come out for F1 collectible cards. We've had Flagship, we've had Chrome. What's next? So let's have a little look. I like to use this website called cardboardconnection.com. They're an American site and they list sort of like all the new card sets that are due to come out. So it can be a bit of a minefield. If you go over to products and new release calendar, you can come down here and search like anything that's coming out. Let me just move my head out the way. You can see here that there's a huge list of cards that are different sets that are due to come out. Now on this channel, I like F1, so that's all I want to find, but they've got a handy little tool here. You can just search the sets that you want. So if I go to type in formula, it comes up already with these are the sets for this year. So it's already listed that we've had the Topps F1 race, I refer to as Flagship, or the paper stock they call it in America. Then we had Chrome, so we've just had Chrome recently, about a month or two ago. And now obviously we're waiting for F1 Dynasty, but there's another set that's missing off that list that I'm personally waiting for, but we'll get into that in a second. We can go down and have a look at, this is last year's list, so this is 2020's list, and if we do the same again, you can see here we had F1 Lights Out, we had Chrome, and we had F1 Dynasty. But there was also personally my favourite set, and that is the Topps Chrome Sapphire Edition. I actually really love this set. I love the look of the cards. They feel premium. The way they sparkle and shine. I just think it's the best product I've seen so far. And when it first came out, it was at the same sort of prices as Chrome, so I wasn't sort of priced out of it, whereas I am priced out of F1 Dynasty. That's more we'll talk about that in a second. But that's the set that I'm actually looking for this year, but it's not actually on the list, which is a bit disappointing. So I wonder if they are going to release it. But let's have a little chat about F1 Dynasty. That seems to be the next set. Now, this was meant to come out at the beginning of April, I believe, but then they set it back. They said date to be determined, and then it got pushed back to end of April or sometime in April. But now, as of recording this video, it's the 26th of April, so we've only got 4 days left of this month. So unless it comes out in the next couple of days, I don't think we're going to get it in April. So according to this, it's due to come out on the 18th of May, so that's in about 3 weeks time. So that's exciting stuff there. The F1 Dynasty collection, for you that may not know this already, and I'm sure many of you are well educated in the F1 Dynasty set, but some of you may not know, so obviously I want to help newcomers as well as obviously veterans. What it is you get a thicker card, you get one card in a box, so when you open that premium product, it's for the high-end collector. It's for, say, the top guys in F1. If they're like, do you know what, I'm not interested in Chrome, everyone can get Chrome, they want something that bit more special. These cards offer a patch of the driver's actual race gear, so their fireproof jackets and stuff like that, and it's sewn into the card. As well as that, it has their autograph, so a bit like the autograph cards that everyone chases from Chrome. And they only make, last year anyway at least, 10 of each card. So there was only 10 Lewis Hamiltons to be pulled. There was only 10 Bottas's. So you're in a very select club of people if you have one of these cards. Now they're doing the same again this year, but this one they're trying to add in some more product, I believe. So this is like a glove card, so you actually have a piece of their glove that they've worn on a race, as well as their signature as well, and it's a 1 of 1. They also are doing these team cards, so you can see here like Lewis Hamilton and Bottas together on the same card with a patch of uniform from each of them. As well as that, they have apparently they're going to be doing some red cards, golds, plus all new blacks. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know if the actual card itself is different colours, but if it is, that just adds another dimension to even more rarity on each card. If we have a look at last year's F1 Dynasty, the 2020 set, they're still going for mega money. So there's like a real imbalance, actually, I would say. When they first came out, I remember people were selling. It didn't matter what it was. You could sell like a Franz Tost. He's one of the team principal owners of AlphaTauri. I remember he was going for like £500 to £800, which these boxes at the time, I think they're about 350 quid off the top of my head. I never managed to get one. I wish I did. That's not too bad. You pay 350, you pull a card, it's worth 500. Happy days. But then what's happened is the prices of the boxes have gone up dramatically. They're currently at like £3,500–4,000 a box. Sort of team principal ones have gone down in price. But obviously the top guys, so the Lewises, the Max, the Charles Leclerc now, they have gone right up. So just to give you an example, showing you some of these. Lance Stroll here, $455. We've got Charles Leclerc here, $8,200. Kimi Raikkonen, $1,200. Obviously retired now, so he's out of the game. We've got Sebastian Vettel here, only going for $1,000 so far, and that's PSA 10 as well. I find that unusual. I really like this one because it's got the Ferrari logo. It's got like the Ferrari logo. You can just about see it there, so I really like that one. But then we have this one here of Christian Horner, only $157, so that's about 110, 120 quid in our money. It's become a real gamble. Like, I mean, if you buy one of these boxes for $3,000, it's great if you pull a Charles Leclerc, Max or Lewis, you're going to be quids in. Just for to give you an example what people are chasing, this Lewis Hamilton here is up for $125,000, so that's what people were chasing. We've got a Pierre Gasly here for $8,000, so real big money for certain drivers. Other drivers, on the other hand, obviously aren't performing as well, so then if you pull one of those from your £3,000 box, it's gonna sting a bit. You know, you've pretty much gambled a couple $1,000 or a couple £1,000 on getting a decent driver. So you have to be a real high-end collector. You basically have to have a good £10,000 to chuck at this, because you don't just want to open just one box. Because what, like I say, if you've spent $3,000 or £3,000 on a box, you open it and you get I don't know, I'm picking on him, but Franz Tost or something, and he's worth $150, you're going to be gutted. You're going to be gutted. You've just lost all that money. You basically just gambled that. You would have had better odds putting it on roulette. So that is a real big gamble. Unless you're really into like AlphaTauri, then you'd be over the moon, obviously. This year's one, 2021, what sort of things can we expect? Is it going to come out again at £350? I don't think so. I think the F1 Dynasty seem to only be going to people that have connections with the distributors. So you're going to see a lot of box breakers with it. You're going to see a lot of big websites. So I think Blowout cards were selling them. They're selling them for about $2,000 to $3,000 per box. So that's sort of like the pecking order of where the new set isn't even out yet. That's a pre-order. Now, obviously, again, if the team principals come out, I don't know if they're going to add F2 drivers into this list as well to try and expand the set out even further. If they do, then obviously that decreases it saturizes how many drivers there are that you could possibly pull. So you're going to see obviously a lot of cards that are not worth much, and then again the rare ones, Lewis, Max, they're going to be really, really high end. But if you've got that sort of money to throw at it, the reason I say you'd probably need 10 grand is because ideally what you want to do is you actually want to buy a case. In a case you get 5 boxes. Now you would imagine in that case there's at least one decent driver, so you can try and make your money back, and then obviously sell the other ones for a slight profit or something. That's the way I see this. This is the way I look at it. If you are sort of like, do you know what, I'm just going to take a punt on it. I mean, if you buy one of these cards for £2,000 to £3,000 and you pull a Lewis Hamilton and it is worth, say, 150 grand, you've just bought a house. You know, you've just won a house. That's the way I see it. I know I probably shouldn't. I should think, oh yeah, I'll get it graded and put it on the shelf. But you've just basically bought your house outright if you pull that card, depending on where you live. So that's my take on F1 Dynasty. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's actually going to come out on the 18th of May? Will you be picking any up? I'd love to know what everyone's thinking. Obviously, it is a high-end collectible. It prices it out. It prices it out for me. If I had these F1 Dynasties, I don't think I could open them myself, because even if I got them for free, I would always be thinking, wait a minute, I could sell these for £2,000-3,000 a box. So it would be very difficult for me to open up a £2,000 or £3,000 thing, you know, because it's just such a, I'm not in that position in my life where I can just throw a couple of grand at a card. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So that brings me on to obviously what I was looking forward to, and that is the Sapphire Edition. But according to this list, there is no Sapphire Edition. So what's going on? Tops, what's going on? Where's my Sapphire Edition? It seems like we're not getting a Sapphire Edition this year, according to this list anyway. And I've reached out to Tops and I've asked them a couple of times now on the Sapphire Edition, and they've always been a bit coy with it. So they've said things like, if Sapphire Edition was to come out, it would be released on our website. It's a print to order type product. It isn't a mass produced one, so it would be on their website, and whatever they sell for, then that's it. But they've never actually said yes, it is coming out, or it's coming out in this month. So I have no confirmation that this is going to come out. Now, a lot of people predicted that it is going to come out because there's been leaked images. So if I show you, if I move my head out the way again, you can see here that there's an image here with this year's cards. So this is Mick Schumacher in obviously a Haas uniform, which last year obviously he was an F2 driver. We've got these green, and obviously this is the Lewis from this year's chrome, but obviously in a sapphire effect. They look awesome. They do look good, I must admit. You know, I've always really liked the Sapphire set. Like, I can't praise it enough. That's my favourite set that's been released so far. Like I say, one, because I wasn't priced out of it, which I am very shortly going to be priced out of it. But since it's been out, I haven't been priced out of it, so I've been able to collect it. I've enjoyed collecting it. I personally have sold 4 complete sets of Sapphire, one for 1,500 when it first came out, one for 1,800, one for £2,000, and one for 2,400. Now I regret that. I wish I'd kept all 4 of them now, because now they're selling for about £4,000 or $4,000, I should say. And for that, you may think, why has it gone up? Now I think it's because the prices of the boxes are crazy. So a box of Sapphire are now setting you back £4,000. That's more than the F1 Dynasty. And then we have another box here for 5,000, and that's it. So one, they're very expensive boxes to open, but 2, there's not many of them about. There's not many of them knocking around. So, you know, if you can get your hands on one, you'd have to debate whether you could open that or not, because that you'd be opening a £4,000 product, which I'm sure there's people out there that do that, and I see box breakers that do it all the time. You have to hope, though, you only get 4 parallels in the whole box, so you have to hope that those 4 parallels either equate to £4,000 worth of cards, or you get at least one card that's worth £4,000 and the rest are duds, I suppose. But otherwise, the cards are typically worth anywhere between sort of £5 to £20, typically. Obviously, a Lewis Hamilton, Max, Leclerc, base, they're worth a few £100 each. So yeah, it's a real gamble if you actually open these up. Now eventually I do want to buy one of these boxes, but just actually as a display piece, not to actually open up. I try and get one of every sealed product with a complete set. The reason that I think that the complete sets have gone up so much is if I go back to eBay and we search just F1 cards in general, I've noticed that to complete an F1 set now, it is setting you back about, I would say, $3.5–4 grand. Now I know there's going to be some people watching this going, you're a liar, Glenn, you're a scammer. I can complete a set for this much. I'm talking general. You could probably buy a bulk load off someone and get cards for £3 to £5 for a lot of the cards. I bought a Daniel Kvyat for $3.99 the other day. So, but then you also have to include Lando Norris, couple of £100. You have to include Max Verstappen, £450. Lewis Hamilton, £500. Charles Leclerc, probably £300 just for one card. So you're talking £1,000–1,200 there. So obviously that knocks your averages out. So forget those. The rest of them, I've been bidding on quite a few from America, and they seem to be going at the moment, even for like the standard card, like the driver of the day, the race winner cards. They seem to be going for about $20 a card. Now, even if all the cards were bog standard $20 for the whole set, forgetting the Lewises and the Maxes, we're talking on average $20 times there's 200 cards in the set. Well, that's setting you back $4,000. But obviously you guys know they're not all $20. Some of them are $100, some of them are $500. So it is cost. The Sapphire sets are getting to about £4,000 a set. So that's where I stand. I'm currently sort of toying with the idea of selling one, because I put one up for sale in the Facebook groups. But if I sell mine for $3,700, I put it up for, I believe. For me to complete another set for my own personal collection, it's probably going to cost me $3,700. So then it's no point. I might as well just keep the set I've got. So I don't know. I sort of toyed with the idea. I saw that the prices of the sets were sort of almost doubling from what I'd sold mine for, and I thought, oh geez, this might be a good time to sell. Now, if they don't release a Sapphire set for this year, what's going to happen to last year's Sapphire set? I think they're going to go through the roof. And another reason why I think that 2020 is still the supreme product is there's no team badges for this year's cards. They included loads of F2, they included loads of F2 cars, but there's no team badges for this year, which I find really odd, because the teams change. There's all, like Aston Martin was another team last year, like Racing Point. Before that, they were Force India. So I'm surprised they're not just doing new team badges every year. So I find it really odd that the 2021 Chrome set and flagship haven't got any badges, whereas the Sapphire and the Chrome from last year have. So if you want a Ferrari badge, you have to buy one of these. You have to buy 2020 cards. And I'm not just saying that team badges are making these products go through the roof, but that's just something that I think they've missed the trick on this year. Saying that I pointed out when the set first got announced, actually. But yeah, that's it really. So that's my sort of take on Sapphire Edition. I don't think it's going to come out this year, which means that I think Sapphire last year is going to go through the roof. My personal opinion, don't take that as any financial advice. Don't go out and do crazy stuff with money. I had a little look through Topps Twitter feed. I think this is a non-official, and it says it's the official, and it says they've got an image here, but it's the 2020 box, and then they've put these images from 2021. So a lot of people think that there is going to be a Sapphire set for this year because they accidentally leaked these images for last year's product, but for this year. So, but it's hard to say. I don't know. They do look awesome though, I must admit. If Sapphire does come out, I'm going to go all out for that set. So that's it, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Before you leave this video, don't forget to smash up the like button. Also, click subscribe if you're new to this channel, if you like talking about these sort of subjects. Comment down below. What do you think? Are you going to get F1 Dynasty if it comes out? Would you open a box even if you got one, or would you just sell it? And then also, What about Sapphire Edition? Are you going to be picking up any Sapphire Edition from last year? Do you think there's going to be anything for this year? I'd love to hear your thoughts or any rumours that you guys may have picked up on that I haven't mentioned in this video. That's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next video from myself very shortly. I'll probably do a video based on a complete set of something, just because I've pretty much completed my Chrome set for 2021. I've completed the flagship set and I haven't done videos showing them yet, so I'm going to do that for people that are interested in the complete sets. I know some of you out there just want to see PSA 10 Lewis base cards and all of that, but I like to complete sets. I assume that some of you out there also like seeing complete sets, so I'm going to show off some of my complete sets in the next up and coming videos. I'm just waiting on a few more deliveries so I can fill in some gaps, but that's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next one.